Rapper Tory Lanez has been charged with shooting artist Megan Thee Stallion during an argument. The DA's office says Lanez, whose legal name is Daystar Peterson, shot Megan's feet during an argument in the Hollywood Hills July 12th.
And even though we've come to this juncture, trust me, you will see that our God does not fail.
What it do, family? It's your girl Tamika. Welcome back to my reaction channel. We're about to jump right into part 2 of unraveling this Tory Lanez versus Megan Thee Stallion case. Now, for the last 2 years, we watched these two go back and forth over social media. In this video, we will uncover the lies, inconsistencies, and a big ball of confusion that seemed to have everybody across the world going back and forth debating over social media. Now, as these two was pointing a finger at each other, there was one person that always seemed to remain silent. That person is Kelsey Nicole. Now, Kelsey Nicole is the former BFF of Megan Thee Stallion. They actually met when they were in college. A friendship started, it blossomed and bloomed into Megan Thee Stallion appointing Kelsey to being one of her personal assistants. From the outside looking in, it looks like a genuine friendship. But as the case transpired, a lot of lies, betrayal, and scandal started to ensue. One of the biggest conflicts that we all seem to share when it comes down to this case is we want to know what started the argument that led to a weapon being fired that night. Was it an act of betrayal from Megan Thee Stallion? It possibly could have been. I could not confirm the number of times that Meg Thee Stallion allegedly betrayed Kelsey Nicole, but what I can confirm is there's a lot of things on social media that was put out that was absolutely false. Now, what we do know is that they tried to link 3 men in particular to these women. You had DaBaby, Tory Lanez, and Ben Simmons. Now, Tory Lanez, we can pretty much confirm smashed the 2 besties, but then DaBaby was only allegedly linked to Megan Thee Stallion. Ben Simmons made a statement and pretty much denied claims that he had any intimate relationships with either woman. So this is just another prime example on how social media can take one headline and they can run with it. And the things that's so terrible about this is that this particular situation was one of the things that challenged Meg's credibility. Everybody that's involved in this case lied. That's why I don't understand why people put emphasis on top of Megan. Everybody that's involved in this whole trial has lost credibility in one form or fashion. And as a matter of fact, if you want me to be brutally honest, the number of lies that Kelsey told exceeded Meg and Tory. Now, the first thing we're going to do is take a look at Kelsey's accounts the night of the shooting and the way that she was feeling the morning after. And we're going to compare it to her September testimony that she did just 4 months ago. Now, the first thing that Kelsey did was send a text message to Meg's former bodyguard saying, "Help, Tory shot Meg. Look at the date, look at the time." This will be the first account, the first time that anybody ever put the gun into Tory Lanez's hands. She followed up 2 days later and said, "I want to clear up the rumors that I shot Megan. I wasn't," emphasis on the wasn't, "the one with the gun, and I would never do something like that. However, I was present." Again, she's pretty much putting the weapon into Tory Lanez's hands. And this pretty much lines up with her September testimony because she was very, very bitter that Meg Thee Stallion did not rush to her defense and say that she did not shoot Megan. So I want you guys to keep everything in mind when we go down this timeline. This is Meg and Kelsey's mutual friend, Jay Lee. I apologize if I said her name incorrectly. She went to her IG and she said, like, "How the fuck you so silent, you goofy long-faced bitch? How can you come in my room that day at the house in LA and say verbatim, Tory shot Megan? You forgot you came back around 4 p.m. after you got dropped off, telling me the details about how he fucking pulled out a gun during a petty argument and he got mad and shot her. How the fuck you let that midget bitch shoot my friend, ho? But now you being quiet. You coward ass mouse bitch. Really lied to me of all people about being injured because Tory was beating your ass. What happened to that? Why you ain't say shit? But Meg's supposed to be your best friend. That's not how best friends work. And you know you wrong. God gonna handle you accordingly." Now, guys, I want you to pay attention to this account because this was the day after the shooting. And this testimony right here, right now, totally aligns with the testimony that she provided the DA in September. Now, she went on the stand and said she lied about that account to protect herself. But saying this and saying what she said in September would not be protecting her. In fact, it would be digging her deeper into the hole of being involved in this case. So this is what I'm telling you guys. Kelsey has never strayed away from her original account. So when she got on that stand, she lied. She lied, and she lied to save face because she had already took money. Her friend continued to say, I also remember you mentioning that they gonna have to pay you something, or you forgot. That must be where that little necklace came from. I wonder why you only posted it on FB with that weak-ass freestyle. Remember how Tory called you and I told you to decline it, and we both listened to a voicemail of his ass crying, saying how sorry he was for shooting her and how he was too drunk? That amnesia a fool, huh? Y'all keep asking why Kelsey's silent. Well, talk now, bitch. Karma. Now this is crazy because Kelsey did respond to what this girl said on her story. And then she had said to her IG, she said, get home girl to 10K. Good night, y'all. When I'm ready to speak my truth, I will. Until then, keep throwing them rocks. I'm noting everything with the peace sign. Then she went on video and said this.
I'm not catching on to the social media games by now. Then I don't know what to tell y'all. But you guys have to pay attention. Like, I knew this was going to happen. This is just the beginning, y'all. I know y'all want me to talk, but this is just the beginning. So, like, when it's my turn, just know I'm going to break everything the fuck down, okay?
Kelsey Nicole finally got the opportunity to speak her truth. However, when it was time to testify, she did the complete opposite of what she said she was going to do within the 2 years that we was waiting for this trial. What I found to be most ironic is she only pled the fifth when the questions surrounded Tory Lanez. For example, they asked her, did Tory Lanez threaten you? Kelsey, she pled the fifth. But when they asked her if she shot Megan Thee Stallion, she outright said no. So my question is, if she was worried about being perjured or perjuring herself, don't you think she would have pled the fifth to the question that held the most weight? And that's if she shot Megan Thee Stallion. And for her just to plead the fifth on questions that surrounded Tory Lanez only, it really looked a little iffy, from my personal opinion. I want to know how y'all feel. Drop it down in the comments below. I really want to know. My next question is, if you're Tory Lanez, why would you pay for the legal fees of a woman that is accusing you of shooting someone? You're facing 22 years. Why reward this woman by paying her legal fees? Everything is just not adding up. One of the biggest inconsistencies in this case is that Megan Thee Stallion backdoored Kelsey Nicole. Kelsey Nicole was already in a committed relationship when she was having sexual relations with Tory Lanez. Hence the reason why she was 4 months pregnant 2 months after the shooting. You guys know how to do math. The math ain't mathing. Another thing that is slightly ironic is Kelsey Nicole is now married and share a son with the friend and business partner of Carl Crawford. Megan Thee Stallion and Carl Crawford had a messy split, doing to her want to be out of her contract with 1501. The thing that is crazy is moments after the shooting, Kelsey got very close to Carl Crawford. Not only is Carl Crawford really good friends with Kelsey and Kelsey's husband, he's also very good friends with Tory Lanez. And this, to me, raises a huge red flag, especially when it comes down to being able to move $1 million without nobody noticing. Reading from the original court documents, they asked Kelsey, at some point in this case, did Tory try to bribe you? Kelsey said, then paused for 20 seconds or so. Not just me, she said. Then she went on to say, I wouldn't say bribe, but then she added, but it was mentioned. So my problem is, why is everyone calling Meg Thee Stallion a liar when she only testified that Tory Lanez tried to bribe her and Kelsey? According to Kelsey's testimony, it is being corroborated. And what I also can't wrap my mind around is, why would a man pay a woman $1 million just because you did not want her to say that you were smashing her and her friend? It's just not adding up. And that's a hell of an expensive secret. I understand we got these things called street codes. I also understand how a black man feels about snitching. But when I think about a woman who's able to spend the holidays with her and her child, and then you have a black man that's facing up to 22 years in prison, I just really do not understand on why you would provide loyalty for that woman to be able to do that, and you would be outright taken away from your son. I just really don't understand it. I would never be able to get it. Now, I have to bring this up. It is alleged that people are speculating that Kelsey Nicole's son is in fact Tory's. Now, if you really want to be honest, that would be the only logical thing on why I can see why he would be protecting her. Outside of that, it really don't make any sense. I want to know how y'all feel. Drop it down in the comments. Let's talk about it. We're going to end this thing up talking about how the defense failed Tory Lanez. Y'all make sure y'all go ahead and tune in to part 3. I appreciate you guys tuning in, and I appreciate all of the support. And until next video, I'm going to catch y'all, dog. Peace.